Spider-Man 2 Retrospective. Here we go. Spider-Man 2 is a 2004 movie directed by Sam Raimi, starring Tobey Maguire, Alfred Molina, Kirsten Dunst, James Franco, and Jared Leto. The absolute G's of Hollywood 2004. Yep. It is a 93% on Rotten Tomatoes, 7.3 on IMDb, and it made a total of $790 million on $200 million, which, if I'm not mistaken, was less than Spider-Man 1. But if we find that to be an often occurrence, right?
Yeah. I'm going to get this out of the way, Jack. Let's talk about it really fast. Our opinions on it.
Greatest movie of all time.
I disagree. Because of the fact that I've known this movie was great since I was a child, right? I had a lot of nostalgia for this movie watching it. But I think it's one of the most just plainly rated superhero movies.
What?
In the way that people talk about how amazing it is, amazing, but I feel like it's just adequately rated. So like when I rewatched this, it didn't blow me out of the park.
It blew me out of the park.
It didn't blow me because
What did he say?
It was exactly what I was expecting it to be.
I thought this perfectly represented Spider-Man.
It does.
Perfectly paced. It was.
I'm not saying it doesn't, but I'm saying this is exactly. It was exactly what I expected it to be. An amazing movie. That's why I'm saying it's just like, since it's not overrated, underrated. It's just perfectly, adequately rated.
People it's rated very high.
Perfectly. Yeah, I'm saying it's a really great movie, but I'm just saying since I rewatched it, nothing blew me out of the park rewatching it. It was exactly what I expected, which that's why it's like...
I guess it blew me out of the park, but I was expecting to be blown out of the park, so in a way, I think it's adequately rated, as a lot of people say it is one of, if not the best superhero movie, and I think it's my personal favorite superhero movie, and so that statement applies perfectly. It has its problems, fair to acknowledge. So, it is one of, if not the best superhero movie, and I fall in the camp of it is. So
I never said it wasn't.
I know, but adequately rated, I think, is an accurate statement.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I was just like, I just wasn't blown out of the park. You know
but I was blown out of the park.
Okay.
Because I watched this like a couple of years ago, but this is the first time I watched it since I started watching movies and like looking at them. You know what I mean? Instead of just watching them.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just watched Halloween Kills today. So yeah, I thought paced well, all that. But let's start with the actual G himself, Dr. Otto Octavius.
Great performance.
I want to start with the costume, starting with the arms.
His chest hanging out.
It's perfect. It's perfect. Okay, the ripped trench coat fit. It's the best.
Okay.
It's the best. You know it, John.
Bro, I still love that bank scene though. The fight.
Yeah,
I've loved that since I was like 4. I was always obsessed with that scene. I don't know why.
Yeah, I wrote that down actually. I think that's the best Spider-Man scene in this trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
Like the quips are good. That it's well like.
Sometimes Toby's quips are just so like dry though.
Yeah,
it's
that's
like,
what I'm saying. This is like the one scene where they're not dry. I'm
yeah.
Like, okay, cool. But like I think the arms are done perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
The little like the bottom arms are like bigger, so you can walk and little clippers come out and they're red. It's cool. I like them. And then obviously
that nail scene though. Every single time where the girl gets dragged.
Oh yeah.
Nails, I knew that was coming because I remember that as a child. I always remember being so disgusted by that.
Yeah. Because I remember when I rewatched this, I like started to go like watch YouTube videos and I was like, people were like, "Oh, that scene's horrifying." I was like, "No, it wasn't." But I rewatched it, I'm like, "Yeah, it's kind of like."
No, that seems so horrifying. It's been seared in my brain since I watched this movie for the first time ever.
The nails and like when you see the arms and just like attacks the dude, it's like perfect Sam Raimi. And then I did God tier villain ? We talked about this for Green Goblin.
Yes, I would say he's God tier villain.
God tier villain. All right, valid, of course. Which is interesting because I think the Green Goblin is definitely a better villain in the comics.
Yeah.
Easily. I think Doc Ock can be kind of lame, but this is like. Damn, Sam Raimi, he did numbers. And then let's talk about the action scenes. I think that the like 4 main action scenes, I guess 3, are like some of the best. The bank scene,
but that leads fight, into the train. Is amazing.
Oh my gosh, I gotta go with. Like it just is like the way that he goes through the train and protects the people, and like when he goes through the like the skywalk.
The end fight's amazing as well. Mm-hmm. And then Mary Jane's just a bitch this entire movie.
Well, I'm kind of understanding because, like, Toby's got. I mean, Spider-Man's kind of a bitch the entire time too.
Yeah, but
Like
I'm
every
just saying,
time
like
she's
with
like-
her husband and stuff.
Yeah,
with
well,
her
she's an
fiance.
asshole to him, bro. She did him so dirty with that upside down kiss. She pretty much cheated on him to his face.
Well, and then she says
She
to
leaves
Peter.
his wedding.
Yeah, I know. She says to Peter, "Kiss me."
Yeah. Bro, I forgot about that. I'm like, you fucking whore. Like,
And then she's even worse in this next one.
yeah, well, I'm really not excited for Spider-Man 3, MJ. And then Doc Ock, definitely one of the most sympathetic villains.
Yeah.
He's around not even doing it. That scene when he turned, every time I get chills, when he turns good, I'm like, done to perfection.
It's Icarus.
Icarus flew too close to the sun. And I'm so curious what the continuation will be. Because, like, where will they pick up? And then the big question is, like, will it be this Doc Ock? Or will it be, like they pull it from this universe, but in the universe we watched, the Sam Raimi trilogy, it stayed the same. And then there's an alternate timeline where he is pulled into the MCU. Is the sun.
I really hope they don't make the sun, like, something where it pulls him to the MCU.
Yeah. Oh, and I also forgot about how cool his, like the destroyed Doc thing was. His, like, layer. But yeah, overall, Doc Ock.
They should make a Lego set out of it.
They should. He's a spiffy man. Let's talk about Tobey and Spider-Man. I personally think, obviously I haven't rewatched The Amazing Spider-Man, but this is the best movie adaptation of the character. Like, he stays hopeful throughout this entire movie, even though he loses constantly. The opening scene.
Unlike Tom Holland.
Except for Homecoming. Which is why I like Homecoming.
He's a whiny little bitch in that movie, though. He complains about having it hard.
Yeah, that's true. But he kind of does. He's sad about his uncle. But they don't really say it, do they? Except for when he can't tie his tie. Anyway, we'll talk about that then. But the opening scene, I forgot about that. Like when he's going to be late for the pizza.
Oh, yeah.
But he's Spider-Man, so he has to protect the kids.
I love that scene.
And like everyone's like, oh,
I love
it's
the
Spider-Man.
suit, too. I always forget how much I love the suit.
The suit looks... I forget, like, you don't really realize it until you watch the movies how much better this suit is from the first one. Like, it's just slimmer. Like, it's a much better suit. But yeah, Spider-Man No More.
It's the perfect thing when he walks away. And then when J. Jonah English
J. Jonah Jameson
puts on the suit.
Yes,
love that scene.
Goated. But I forgot how long they committed to it. Like, I think it's 30 minutes-ish of like a 2-hour, 15-minute movie.
Yeah.
He's not Spider-Man. And then he's like, I have erectile dysfunction. They should have gone with the joke. But Toby would have...
You know, I never realized when I was younger that the doctor knew that he was Spider-Man. It's so clear that the doctor knows he's Spider-Man.
So many people know he's Spider-Man.
Yeah.
It's so obvious. Aunt May
Bro,
definitely knows.
no. There's
Robbie
this one scene,
Robinson.
I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Where he stops the people, in one of the cars, and he gets in the car with his Spider-Man outfit, like, and is driving, right?
Yeah.
He just takes his mask off and looks back.
He does. It's like, dude.
What?
He's the mask on.
He's in the middle of New York. There's so many cars around him, too.
Maybe that's why. He's in the middle of New York. No one really cares.
If you see a man flying with webs, I think you're going to fucking
That's
look
true.
at it. And you see him start taking his mask off.
Yeah,
So
they're
people
like, what the hell?
definitely know who the fuck Spider-Man is.
But yeah.
But then the G's on the train.
Yeah, of course. That's what I was about to say. That's like one of my favorite moments.
Yeah.
And it happens in all three Spider-Man, but like particularly in this one and the first one, where like they're like, "Go get him, Spider-Man," and then like in this one they're like, "We'll keep it a secret." But then Doc Ock, bro, absolute menace with that when he comes in and just like,
Very well.
And then I think Toby is definitely better in this movie than the first one.
Yeah.
I think he has a better grasp on maybe the character, maybe he's just better at acting.
Feel a little dry as well, but it's
Yeah,
okay.
maybe because he broke his back, he had a realization.
Oh yeah.
Now let's talk about some trivia. There wasn't much, but let's start with the funniest and easily the best here. Willem Dafoe was not supposed to be in this movie, but he walked on the set one day and they put him in the movie. And that's not a joke. He was walking by and he realized they were filming. So he did a set visit.
Spider-Man?
So yeah, and he's probably more detailed. He probably was like, oh, I got an idea. But I love the idea that he walks on set and is like,
I love Harry and Peter's relationship in this movie.
Yeah, I think that I forgot like how he's not in it too much, but every scene is like so powerful.
Bro, that's
And in the novelization, there's this really interesting thing where I guess Harry is supposed to be thinking that it was Spider-Man who destroyed the project, Doc Ock's project. That's why he was so mad. Obviously, on top of the father thing, but he does actually think Spider-Man destroyed the lab. So, yeah, I mean, like the reveal. I forgot it happens in this movie. I completely forgot. So, like when I started coming up, I'm like, oh yeah, shit. And yeah, I think the Willem scene in this movie is one of the best Green Goblin scenes in this whole trilogy. He just has one scene, but he kills it. And then, can we talk about how cool it was when he discovers the secret lair?
Yeah.
The Hobgoblin mask.
Next time, baby.
They choked that. Literally, encapsulation of next time, baby. There's a picture of Mary Jane before he was bitten. Or, yeah, like, you know, right before he was bitten in his apartment. And it's supposed to be like he keeps it up, even though it's kind of a weird picture to have, just of her.
Oh, yeah. Are you talking about that?
Yeah, it's like when he was taking them before the spider comes down, and he just has that picture up in a frame by itself.
Well, he also has like one. Okay, so you know how you go in a photo booth, right? And you'll sit down, like, and you get like the thing of it. He has one of just her on his mirror. Like, well, what? This man's weird.
But I think the novelization said that he has it there because it's like it reminds him of before he had the bite, like when life was normal. Yeah, which is because it's like. He hated that life, but it kind of sucks even more. So, and also novelization, it's
we're gonna talk about
confirmed that Uncle Ben appears to him consistently.
Oh, I think we're gonna talk about the Namor.
Oh, the Namor is like
the dude who dropped off the suit.
Oh yeah,
it's
supposed to be the dude at the Doctor Strange reference. It's interesting. I wonder if that's gonna be brought up.
No, probably not.
Probably not. It's just a weird comment. So I guess Aunt May, the actress, did all of her own stunts.
What a legend.
Which was the opposite of Alfred Molina, who didn't want to do any of his own stunts. Because, get this, we don't want to take away from the stunt team, man.
I'm going to miss the puppets, though. You know why?
Yeah.
Have you seen the scene of him dancing with them and singing? We won't get that anymore.
Whoever puppeted Matt, they had some good rhythm.
Yeah.
And then... Fun fact, in contrast to Tobey Maguire from the first one, Alfred Molina did like the comic books and did read them before he even got the role. But oh yeah, I forgot to say also, it's so much better that they place the arms at the back. The comics like on the side.
Yeah.
It's uncomfortable. Where's he putting his arms? He literally stands like this like most of the time.
I remember today like yesterday when I watched it, right? I was so confused. I was like, wait, he only has 6 limbs. And then I was like, wait, he has 2 dangling feet. What am I thinking?
Yeah, because sometimes he just is like...
Yeah, like, well, I mean, when he's Dr. Octopus, what the fuck are his feet gonna do?
You know it's gotta be so weird when the feet walk for him. Like, he's like...
He's just dangling.
Like you know when you start thinking about what your arms do when you're standing?
Yeah.
That's what he probably does with his... Like, does he, like, pretend to walk?
He's climbing off the building.
But yeah, and oh yeah, I forgot about how cool that shot was when it's like Spider-Man swinging and then it like reveals it's through his eyes.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. And the swinging scenes are improved. Like the CGI is better. They're much better here. And then I want to talk about the evolution of the world because I forgot how like cleanly this just and how much it's introduced. Like so much of like what I remember about the Raimi trilogy is in this movie.
Yeah.
Like the big one was what I don't know.
This was definitely the one I watched as a kid.
Dokovich.
Who is actually Kraven the Hunter?
Supposed to be or something.
Yeah, he was supposed to be a retired Kraven the Hunter.
But,
and then that's when he's like, "Don't try to sneak past me. My ears are like a cat." I was like, I never realized. Oh my god!
I don't even know if that's true. Did Sam Raimi say that or like?
Apparently, yeah. Or it was like it was like mentioned in the novelization or something like that.
Yeah, but he's an absolute G. It's like that Mr. Aziz, like these original characters. Like the dude and his brother in the Daily Bugle. It's like it's just cool. Like and you don't really see Mr. Dikovich in anything else. But he's one of the most memorable parts of this movie.
Definitely the rent stuff.
Yeah, and I love the part when he like goes to take the shower and he just like walks in front of him because Peter has to take the L.
And then he opens the door. He's like, "Rent,"
and he's like. And then J. Jonah Jameson is like gets so much of his character in this movie. Mm-hmm. Like, I love the part when he's like, oh, maybe it wasn't so bad. And he's like, he's a menace. Absolutely.
That's so funny, yeah.
The best. And then, obviously, I can't believe this, too. Him in the suit isn't in the, like, theatrical version.
Actually?
It's only in the 2.1, which was the re-release that was in promotion, and it has a couple minutes of extra footage. But yeah, though they said they were
we
great.
saw Mysterio in this movie again.
Yeah. What's his name? Bruce Campbell. All right. So yeah, he's always a fun addition. And then.
Sorry, I'm just thinking about Kevin now.
Yeah. And then the direct effects of being Spider-Man. The interesting thing was the comment Aunt May makes when she's like, "It's been 2 years." Mm-hmm. I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
Because I think that's one thing that I think we overlook about this trilogy is that it does have kind of an aged Spider-Man.
Yeah. I honestly do kind of like... I don't know why this movie kind of feels like a fall movie to me.
Yeah, I feel that. Because the one scene like I really like in Spider-Man Homecoming is like just the small scenes. Mm-hmm. And I would have liked to see like a scene where he just stops a bank robbery or something. Yeah. Well, he does. But like... small scale crime.
Yeah, but they have shoehorn inventions into that again. That's one of my problems with that the Tom Holland stuff. It's always It's always technology.
I don't hate
we'll get into that when we get to those movies.
But yeah, like just like a small crime. But I think I would have fucked up the pacing, so I'm not too mad about it. Because that's one of the things I said this already, but like. This movie moves so fast. And then, of course, we talked about this a little bit, but the Harry Osborn and Peter thing, I forgot to make the comment. The birthday party scene is so good.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's like... Dude, but why? Like, everyone knows... It feels like everyone...
Harry's so damn hot, bro.
I know. But it feels like everyone knows that Peter's Spider-Man. Like, he's really bad at hiding it.
Yeah. Well, it's because... Toby's not that great of an actor in these movies yet.
It's like,
what? What? Who's Spider-Man?
What? Me?
They start singing Happy Birthday and they're like, Dear Spider-Man. And then they're like, he's like,
what?
Oh.
Guys, you said Spider-Man. I'm not Spider-Man. Who's Spider-Man? I'm not.
I think you guys actually said Spider-Man. I'm Peter. I'm Peter, guys.
Yeah, but you know what song would have worked perfectly here?
What?
Have a Bad Day. I'm pretty sure that was released in 2004. Let's fact check this. But it does have Hold On.
I haven't heard that song in for so long.
It does have Hold On, which is a great song.
Yeah.
Do you have any other thoughts to add before we do our...
Great movie. I think it's it didn't blow me out of the park, but I think that's a good thing because of how highly it's rated by people. So it's like not necessarily a bad thing, but it's like I was expecting to get blown out of the water and I didn't. But like that's also still a good thing because then it's right. It's not overrated. It's not underrated. It's perfectly rated.
All right. Yeah. See. Okay. Well, it took my top 4. It changed my Letterboxd top 4. Big thing. Yeah. I mean, I'm happy. It's a movie that I finally enjoyed. I've been having some rough time recently.
Oh, okay, Joe.
The movies haven't been hitting lately. Okay. But Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2 have done it for me. So I have some joy back into my life with this movie. It's in my Letterboxd top 4. It's number 4. Overtook The Lighthouse. Easy 5 out of 5 for me if you couldn't tell. A+.
5 out of 5. I was waiting for this one to come up so I can give this one a 5 out of 5.
Yeah.
Because that's why I gave the other one a 4.5.
Oh yeah. Okay, so you saved it for something special.
Yeah, exactly.
I saved it for something special too.
You gave them both 5.
Yeah, but they're both special.
Okay.
Is anything else gonna get a 5, John?
The third one. In your heart, it has a 5.
My heart's a 5.
And then obviously Enjoyment A+.
Yeah.
Easily.
All right. Anything else?
No.
All right. Thank you for watching, everybody. Like, subscribe. Tell us what you thought down below. Check us out on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at reboredpodcast. Check out the podcast anywhere there's a podcast at reboredpodcast. And yeah, thank you for watching. It is 1 a.m. and we're gonna leave now. Goodbye.
Goodbye.